Hi, everybody. Welcome to my Resilience Reveal with Lisa Sinnott. Today, I have Tony, who is going to share his resilience life story with you. So, Tony, let's go back for a minute when you first heard the words, you have MS, when you were in your 20s. What was running through your mind, and how did you begin to process that?
It's a very hard question. They said MS, I knew nothing about it. I got real quiet. I didn't know, he said MS, multiple sclerosis, and I'm like, no, I've vaguely heard of it, but I was to the point where I kept quiet, like, I didn't want anybody knowing what this word was or what I had, because I was unsure. And I'm like, do I touch someone and give them MS? Do I breathe on them and give it to them? Is it in the air? What is it? And research and people, kind of the doctor basically told me, it's like an electrical cord. It's the coating on the outside of an electrical cord is peeling away and you're exposed with bare copper wire. That's what it's doing inside of every MS patient to their nerves. The myelin sheath is coming off. And so upon getting that diagnosis, I was just in awe, and I didn't want to deal with life. I didn't want to even go to the store to get a cup of coffee. He kind of just wanted to be a hermit and hide and do nothing. And at the time I was a cyclist. And so for a minute there, I just said, well, I gotta do something. I like cycling. So I was back and forth from Colorado Springs to Monument riding and trying to stay healthy. And one day a lady had reached out to me, and I'm not sure how, said, hey, we want you to come to this MS meeting at a bike shop. I'm like, MS and bike shop? I knew nothing. I was still in this weird area. What do I do? What is it? So I went, and that's when I learned that Multiple Sclerosis Society in Denver has Bike MS. It's a 150-mile bike ride that I do every year, and it's my 9th year. So I got more involved with MS, and getting to know other people that had it made me feel a lot more comfortable, because at that point I found out that I'm not alone, that there's more to life than being a hermit, being quiet. And today, I don't care who knows, because we have to spread the word of MS, because we're here and we're trying to make the world a healthier place, and we're trying to end MS forever.
That is so great. So is that when you started to get the courage to speak and share more about MS outside of your new MS tribe?
Yeah, so uh, as a few years went on, MS is one of those things where, well, we need to teach society on what this is, because there's people out there today that are still unclear about what it is. And MS hits a lot of people, whether you're healthy or not. So there's great athletes in this world that have MS. And, Montel Williams, a public figure, has got it as well. And so it really hits a wide range of people. Upon doing all my research, there is less, or if not, 0% of MS along the equator. And so that's something I would like to research a little more.
Yes.
We got to get the word out, spread the love, spread the joy. And what I do is try to get as many people on my Bike MS team, because it's such a fun time. Not only are you meeting new people, enjoying and having a great time, but you're spreading the word of MS. What is it? And people are like, you're riding in what? On an MS bike ride, 150 miles.
Yeah.
And people say, oh, that's awesome. Once you start talking to people, then they become a little more welcoming to the words MS, multiple sclerosis. And
Mm.
so that to me keeps me more motivated on what I need to
Awesome.
do.
So you've said before that CrossFit literally saved your life. Can you share a little bit what you mean by that?
So at the time of the diagnosis of MS, I was riding my mountain bike, riding on streets. Then I got a road bike, a high-end race bike, because I joined a team here locally and started racing. And I was going by this building every day on my bike. Girls and guys were running outside. They were doing exercises outside. I'm like, what is this? I got the courage one day to stop over. And it was the coach, the owner, met me at the garage door. How can I help you? And I told him, in a nutshell, my story of MS and cycling. And I wanted off-season training for cycling. I didn't do much with it. And I don't know what clicked, but 1 year later, there I am inside that gym working out. It was in October. Within 4 months, my coach at the time, who is an adaptive coach, says, hey, there's a competition called the CrossFit Open. The Open is qualification for the CrossFit Games. I want you to sign up. $20, signed up, competed, and within 4 months of CrossFit, I made the semifinals.
Wow.
And that's pretty much unheard of in CrossFit. And so I was going to be done after the games if I made the games, which I did not, but I make and have made the semifinals every year. I made out of 50, I ended up in 16th this year, and they take the top 10. I was close. Next year I'll be closer. And so with that, I continued CrossFit because competition is in my blood, it's my life, and it's what I've done. And
Yes.
I'm not just gonna. Years ago, my uncle, when I would ride with him, because he was a cyclist as well, he said, go hard or go home. And I said to him, I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
Then what's the option? You ride hard. And so I take that mentality, whether I'm on my bike or within CrossFit, to go hard or go home. And something was disturbing a few weeks back. One of my coaches said, you got to slow it down. The competing is getting too much for you, and it's getting too costly, and it is. I don't have a sponsor quite yet. I've got a little couple sunglass sponsors, and my barber cuts my hair for free, but nothing monetary, and that's a
Yeah.
hard thing to find.
Yes.
And
So,
I was like, okay, so if I don't have a sponsor, then how do I still compete? And that's a hard thing, because if I can't compete, do I just want to end everything and be another hermit again?
right.
And I can't do that because I've got I've got more to prove. My chapter's not done, my book's not done. So I have to continue, and that is my goal, because I need to show people that just because you have something that's going to bring you down or ail you, whether it's kidney disease, cancer, I'm in a wheelchair, um, I can't move, just because you have something doesn't mean you can't. And that was
Yes.
a bad word that I've often said inside my gym. I can't. And that's when one of my coaches, who was a drill sergeant for the Army, got in my face this close and basically said, don't you ever use that word in this gym again. And that's when I started saying, I can't yet, because the yet is going to come. It just takes
Yes.
time.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
One of my buddies in town owns a flip shack. And I said that word inside his gymnastics studio. And he pointed to the wall, and he had a word that said yet. And it's just what I said, can't yet. I can't do it now, but I will. It's going to take time. And I'm going to prove to myself and others that it can be done.
All right. So I have a question for you because not only are you competing, you're doing such great things, bringing CrossFit into prisons. Talk about that a little bit. How's that shaped your way of thinking and acting on resilience and second chances?
So, my CrossFit gym was going through some changes, especially with the owner. The owner was wanting to open a gym in Puerto Rico. Not Puerto Rico, but down in Florida. That was his goal. His goal was to move his whole family down there and eventually close this gym in Colorado Springs. Didn't really come out and say it, but he did hire this gentleman. This gentleman, his name is Nick Wells. He is the founder of RF2. RF2 was CrossFit within the prison system. He was incarcerated, my coach, to be 30 years. He got out in 15 years on clemency via the Governor Polis here in Colorado because of RF2. That's how I got connected with my coach, Nick. He was 400 pounds inside prison. CrossFit saved him. He started, I guess, the nonprofit RF2 within prison, got out in 15 years, and today it's been 100% success rate with his organization. I was touched, and I got a notice to help the incarcerated people that are out in public now to compete with them at a local gym. And I was the only one that has not been in. And to see the excitement, to see the encouragement that these I guess, prisoners have and
Yes.
had, it was like, wow, these guys were in prison for what? CrossFit changed their life. And just like it's done me, it's changed my life. If it wasn't for CrossFit back in January, I probably wouldn't be talking to you right now. CrossFit keeps my mind occupied, keeps my brain going, and it's a goal that I have to achieve. I told myself I'm not finished yet. There's
So
going to be
good.
more coming.
That's
So
so
to help these
incredible.
guys out, it's such a blessing.
Yeah.
I was honored to partake in this competition with them, and I was asked to do it again.
Oh, that's so great. When's the next one coming up?
I'm not positive on that. It'll be sometime this next summer.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
when they usually do their stuff. So tell me, I know there's issues with, challenges, support, monetarily, I'm sure. So let's talk a little bit. Your MS isn't just about your physical battles that you are doing amazing, by the way. I mean,
Thank
wow.
you.
Hats off.
Yeah.
Very inspiring, Tony. So I know you have financial needs as well between medical costs, traveling to competitions, experiencing the competitions, and sometimes even souvenirs from competitions. What's been the hardest part for you to juggle out of all of that?
Keeping my brain focused, it's hard because I've got MS, and it's hard because every year I have to basically get an MRI every year, and that's like $3,500 plus out of my own pocket. And I don't know how many people can just say, I've got $3,500, let's just pay it right off. And so that adds up. And then with competitions, anywhere from $200 to $500 just register for a competition, let alone airfare, hotel, food, rental car if you need it. Sometimes I will Uber, but some locations don't allow you or don't have the means for that, so renting a car is your best option. And that stuff adds up, but then there's equipment costs I still have to have. So right now I'm in the market, new shoes, got to get a new backpack for CrossFit to go to the gym. There's mouthpieces that I use so I don't bite down on my teeth when going hard. So there's those little things, and in Puerto Rico is one of them.
And that's coming up, right?
It is. I'm excited. I'm retaining my first place from last year. I've been invited to compete. I've got everything in place, such as the flight and the rental car. Just needing, monetary money for, I guess, lodging down there, and then food as well. And that is a difficult thing because if I can't get it, I got to call them and say I can't go. And
Right.
that's not going to be an easy task.
So for those listening who may want to support you in your upcoming competition for Puerto Rico, what would it mean to you for them to support you, and how can they do that? Where can they reach out and support you?
It would mean to me, it would mean the world. It would allow me to fight and fight for first place. And I have to fight every day with MS. And everybody with MS has to fight too. We're all different. Every MS patient. Competing in Puerto Rico is going to mean the world because not only am I trying to retain my first place, but I'm showing the world that life's not done just because you have something that you're battling. Get up, get off your rear end and do something, move, whatever it may be, because it's not over. And if you've got something that ails you, like me, MS, my chapter's not done. I'm going to continue and fight. I do have a GoFundMe that I started a couple months ago, but it has got zero to little to none as of movement via social media. And I've gotten some feedback, but they were people from other countries, so I didn't feel like this doesn't feel right. No, I'm not going to go that route.
Right.
But I think it's going to hit home somewhere to someone to help me get to where I need to be and help me retain first place, not even just in Puerto Rico, but in Miami as well, where I took first place. Hey, I helped that kid. I helped him get there, and look what he's doing. Not
Yes.
only look what he's doing with CrossFit, but look what he's doing for society and people with MS. Because it's not
That's
over
so
for
good.
him.
And you have a great Instagram. What is that handle that people can reach you at?
Instagram is going to be tonebike74. So the number 74.
And that's TONBIKE.
74.
Tone Bike 74. Okay, awesome. Now let's talk about your future and inspirations that you have coming up. And I know you've got tons of dreams, but you mentioned one about becoming a CrossFit coach and adaptive trainer. So how are you going to put all that together, and why is that pulling you towards that goal?
CrossFit is something I'm passionate about. And if you've never been to a CrossFit adaptive competition, if you can't make one, watch it on YouTube. Those people will inspire you. And when I was in Puerto Rico, someone came up to me and says, "You inspire me."
Oh,
I just broke down in tears because me inspire someone. I didn't have any words because I just didn't know what to say. But hey, thanks. And so that's kind of where I want to go forward with career change. CrossFit is about $1,100. that is for the level 1 certification. That is the first portion of becoming a coach. And then there's the Adaptive Academy, which is out of Denver. That is about $1,100 as well. And that is one thing that's keeping me from not achieving that goal. Because I still have to pay all these extra medical expenses. Not only that, but try to compete still, and then try to get money to save up for level 1 and then for adaptive coaching. So bundle all that together, and that is a lot of money. So I'm trying to find grants for that so I can better people's lives. I want to see people that are, I don't want to say less fortunate, but might have something that they think they can't, but they can, and I want to help them within CrossFit, because CrossFit's for everybody.
Yes.
There's ways around something that's bothering. Hey, I've got a bad shoulder. Okay, let's adapt to that. Let's figure out what and why that shoulder's bothering you, and let's figure out an exercise to get the same style movement and get you going. Because you know what? Like I was in awe when I was in Miami and competed in that competition.
Yes.
I saw a gentleman with 2 arms sitting in a wheelchair climb a rope while in his wheelchair. And I just about lost it. I was like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
Like, I could never think that in my million years. Like,
yes.
This is crazy. Like, that's where I says anything's possible. You just got to go. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, so last question. For someone who might be living, who just got their own life-changing diagnoses, what is the one thing that you want them to hear from you, from your personal journey, that can help inspire them and give them hope?
Someone who's just been diagnosed, I would say take a deep breath and go hard or go home. Because I've been in this position of woe is me. But once you get out there and tell people what you have, they will find out that they are not alone. And there's many organizations out there that will help you. There's different, I want to say, activities for people with MS, such as bowling fundraisers, such as cycling fundraisers, such as, hey, MS is having this going on. So there's all these resources out there, and there's resources with places such as the MS Foundation or the Multiple Sclerosis Society. They have navigators. These navigators are there to help you. They're here to help you navigate the system and help you to find the resources that you need to help you sustain life. So I just say get up and move and go hard or go home, and you don't want to go home. Stay healthy. That's what it takes. So let's just continue the movement, whatever it may be.
Very good. Well, there you have it, everyone. Tony's amazing, resilient life story that keeps on growing, and as he is, and please consider sponsoring him in any way that you can. So Tony, thank you so much for sharing from the heart. You're very inspiring. I'm inspired. I know everyone listening is inspired too.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.